What's going on, gang? Matt from Matt's Red Show here. Thanks for clicking on that button. Today we're back out in Annandale, Minnesota at French Lake Autoparts at a salvage yard. They have many classic cars out here in this salvage yard. It's got to be over 1,000 something. I've been out here all morning filming these cars and just having a great time. It's a beautiful fall morning. It's a little windy, a little rainy actually, but perfect time to be out here if you ask me, and snooping around looking at these cars. So I've had a great time. This place is always changing. Every time I come here I always find something different. They're always moving the cars around, sorting them out, getting them going, and yeah, today was no different. I really enjoyed my time out here, guys, so I think you will too. We're going to start up front with some of the cars they always put out front there, and then we'll work our way to this back lot where all the classics are at. So thanks for clicking that button, guys. If you do enjoy this episode, please do give it that thumbs up. Just lets people know it's a good video to watch. I appreciate you guys doing that, and I hope you have a nice time watching this video. I certainly had a nice time out here looking at all these cars. So without further ado, let's get in here and check out all these cars, guys. Maybe you'll find some parts today. Let's do this. All right, here we are back out at French Lake Auto Parts. Love this place. Looks like they got an old Edsel right here. Look at that. We're in the front of the yard right now. We'll head back to all the other cars in the back. But look at this. Two-door Edsel. Looks like it's got a lot of good parts on it left. There's the engine. Old Edsel Citation version of her. Yeah, I believe this has got to be a 58. Yeah, got that whole chrome piece on the side there. That's not bad. They used to have a bunch of Edsels out there in the fields. I think people came and got most of the parts off of them, though. We'll see if they're still out there when we get out there, though. Yeah, I love coming out here, especially this time of year. Always seem to get out here around this time of year. Let's go see what this is over here. Old four-door. Is this a Chrysler? 67 Chrysler? What is this? Yeah, it's a 67 Chrysler. Four-door. A lot of missing pieces. Okay. That's cool. Let's go see what else. I'm always start in the front of the lot here because this is where they have maybe some of the cars that aren't quite in such bad condition here. But all right, apologize about the wind noise. It's a little windy on this side of the lot. I think it'll get less windy once we get in there. Yeah, look at this little Ford Country Squire. Look at this Ford F500. I believe it's a 56. That'd be a sweet shop truck. Show up to the shows with that bad boy. Put the Edsel on the back of it. There you go. Yeah, no engine. No engine. It's got a transmission. Yeah, she's been in better shape, I'm sure. Yeah, pretty solid door. Got a couple beds back here. Old tow truck here. Big old crane still coming off the back of her. West Tree Service. Free estimates. Yeah, something used to be for hauling out trees. Planting them. Who knows? Look at that. Cool old trucks. A couple of old Fords there hanging out together. Hoping for better days. Who knows, girls? Maybe someone will see you guys in this video and give you a new life. Those are some cool trucks there, though. The sun rising over the top of this country squire here. Can't really look at the undercarriage. Here, let me stick my camera up there and we can get a better angle at her. There's an old stock car here, huh? Yeah. Somebody can take that, probably do something fun with it. Look at the old Jeep here. Got some fenders there. Even comes with the flames on them already. Another nice, a lot of nice tow truck, like working trucks here. This one's a Dodge. I love the split window on these old trucks. Oh, whoops. That's gonna need to be replaced. Well, she locked. What are you gonna do? Come right on the other side. That's what I'm gonna do. There we go. Yeah, look at these old Dodge dashboards, the speakers there. Look at that. I got the speaker on one side and some gauges on the other, it looks like. Look at this. Mopar trucking, model 65. Look at that. Mopar. Look at that old Mopar symbol right there. That's so cool. Shoot. That'd be worth just getting just for that old Mopar symbol there. Oh, we got a gathering of the ladybugs here. There you go. Even left some moonshine in here, I think, for you. That's cool. Cool old truck. Let the ladybug get some sleep there. Yeah. Some cool old trucks. Old VW here. The old VW wagon. These are kind of cool. These are kind of unique too, the old VW wagons, because of course the engines are in the back in VWs. So it's a wagon with an engine in the back. So see, there's the old engine, the old Pancake 6 back there. I'm always curious. I've seen a few of these restored. I'm kind of curious on if the engine in the back heats up the back of the car, like if it, you know, what kind of heat protection did they have or not have in the back there to jeez. Yeah, it's going to go stay right there. Yeah, okay. Volkswagen VW. 411. Well, maybe. Someone really likes wagons. I think that's pretty cool, actually. This old Jeep here. I actually kind of like the way this looks with the blue and just the patina on top, if you will, the rust on top. I would just clear coat that, seal it up. that looks pretty cool just the way it is. It's an old Chevy. Here's the back side of those fenders with the flames. It comes with the hood too. Got a hood here and the fenders. Who can tell me what this is off of just by looking at those? I bet somebody out there can. It appears that got the windshield off of her here too. So got the windshield, the hood in the back, and the fenders. Get the back side of this Jeep here. I think this is a late 70s Jeep, maybe 77. Big old four-door caddy here. Thing's massive. I think the engine's gone. Few things left on her. Yeah, this is kind of cool here. The old Conoco sign here. Old school Conoco sign. I'm sure somebody would like to throw that up in their yard next to their cars. Needs a paint job, but heck, one of these old vintage Conoco signs, that's kind of cool. Conoco. Get yourself a Conoco Signy. Alright. It's got some more truck cabs here. Looks like 3 of them here. A couple of Chevies. Chevy 50 here. Whoa. It appears somebody was saving up some nuts. What are those? I believe they might have been living right in there. Jeez. All right. This one's a 67 cab. 69, I think this one is. Yeah, some cool truck cabs here. All right, we'll start making our way to the back lot here now. See what they got back there. Look at these right here. Look at this old Dodge COE right here. That's cool. It'd be a really cool shop truck. Or just any kind of truck. See if we can get the door open. Chevy 5700 there. Yep. She's rated to do the job though. Get her done. Look at this old 5700 Chevy. I guess she's a Tri-Five Chevy too, I guess, right? This was the style from like 55 to 57 too, I think, on these. Look at that. Absolutely love coming out here. Just such a nice change up from car show season to just get out here on a nice fall day and just let yourself think. Yeah, she's fancy. She's got some spin striping on her. She's got some pin striping on her. Fancy girl. Oh, look at you with the bench seat, not really beat up. Well, I mean it's beat up, but it's like probably salvageable. Look at you. Look at you go. Shoot. She's in pretty good condition, actually. I mean, for, you know, for this junkyard, she's in pretty good condition. Yeah. Big old truck bed in the back here, which seems pretty solid. Fresh coat of paint, maybe some varnish. Alright, we're heading towards the back here. I'm gonna go check out these trucks on the hill up here though first as we're heading back there. For all your carrying needs. You got an important person, I got the vehicle for that. You got a package, well, I got the vehicle for that too. Oh yeah, look at that. There's an old panel truck back there. Oh, look at this. Oh, there's some cool trucks over here. Look at this cool truck here. It's pretty beat up. It's a late 40s model. Is this a power wagon? It's got all the compartments on the side there. A lot of work trucks out here on this front lot now. Always get to thinking about the men that were in charge of these trucks, going to their day jobs, going to fix stuff, most of them. That's a cool old truck right there though. Tell you what. Looks like she's got some Bondo work here. Yeah. You know, so she needs a little work. That's cool. I wonder if I can get this. Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's some other trucks over here. REO. Here we go. at that. Look at the REO on the front there, that's awesome. Gold Comet says here. Let me get a better shot of that. Here comes with a free pool noodle. There you go. Dually. A couple of old fire trucks here. Monticello Fire Department. Cool old fire truck. Old Ford fire truck. Those are pretty cool. I'm more interested in this here. Look at this old Ford. Holy cow. Look at that. 46. This thing's awesome. This thing's mean looking. Even sitting here all rusted out and beat up. It's pretty mean looking. Needs love. Of course. Hey, it comes with free firewood. There you go. Plus. Keep you warm while you're working on her. This was probably used as a wood shed, firewood shed for her last job. Yeah, door didn't open. And it looks like she's doing a good job. Your final job for now. Maybe somebody will purchase this. Gosh, that's a cool truck. Look at that. Shoot, this could be a really cool truck. Look at that. How the back end kind of slopes, how long it is in the back. How that fender just kind of slopes back with it. This is cool. Trying to look for any interesting badging or anything on it. You don't really see anything except for the St. Paul. So she must have been used for something in St. Paul. Who knows what? Old Ford. Look at that. Alright. Got an old bus. A couple other Chevies here. Another COE here. Some like specializing in truck cabs today. That's a cool old international COE right there. Old Chevy. Another one here. Look at that. Just the cabs. Shoot, this is a place to come if you need a old truck cab. Tell you what, some GMC back there. That's a cool year GMC truck. I like that year. An old COE, just the cab, international. That's cool. It's got the split window in the back. Free estimate. GM's. Nice piece of chrome on front of this. We're getting a few sprinkles here. Nothing major. A few sprinkles here today. These buses always look so weird without the front end on it. Alright. I think that might be it for this front lot. Some fun stuff up here. Some fun stuff up here. And on our way to the back lot here. Little 80 Jeep. 8081 Jeep Cherokee. Wagoneer, I mean. Little VW. And look at this. Kind of a unique Chevy there. You don't see too many of these. Whatever this was. Yeah, that's kind of cool. 1970 Chevy Custom 10 360. Some of the stuff written on her here. Wonder if this was like an ambulance vehicle of some sort. I'm not sure. Sentinel. It says Sentinel on the back. Chevy Sentinel. That's kind of cool. Somebody could turn that into something fun. Probably hard to find parts for this thing. Look at that though. That's pretty cool. Somebody probably buy this, turn it into an Ecto Ghostbusters wagon of some sort. The doors sound pretty solid. It's got side pipes on her. Love it. Beep beep, here's the Jeeps. Beepity beep. Here come the Jeeps. Take a walk through the Jeep section here. Some cool old Jeep trucks in here. The old J10. '66 Jeep. One this, that, 88. Okay. Well, late 50s, I think. '75. Getting into some international trucks here, looks like. back and look at this one back here. The old International Scout here, look at that. Scout 2. Scout 2. A couple more Internationals. Cabs anyway. Go inside this one. M&M. Alright, we've reached the lot where all their classic cars are. They got quite a few rows of classic cars here. So we'll start walking up and down the rows. They got them really well organized. We'll see if we can dig up here. I think this is a Pontiac row. 65 right here. Give you an idea of some of the stuff they got. Sorry, it's really windy out right now. Catalina over there. A couple of Catalinas. $1960 four-door. That's pretty cool. Look at this wagon, 1960 Pontiac wagon. '59. Look at the back of those. Five. This one. Still got the engine in this one here. It's another cool wagon here. Big old bench seat. Wonder what families took a ride in this girl here. Silver Streak. Alright, we're kind of reached the end of the lot up on this side of it anyway. Just a row of old Chevies here. 40s models. Getting into the 50s here. Back to the 50s, I should say. More Chevies here, early 40s model Chevies. We got a 35 here now, getting into some of the 30s. Nope, back to the 40s. Hey, this one's kind of cool too. I'm a fan of the panels. 48 panel. Alright, let's keep cruising. Some old Cadillacs here, looks like. '46. Some old Cadillac fins here. 58s. Looks like we got some 56s here too. Let's look at these. It's fun to come at the Cadillacs from the backside just to see the tail lights, tail fins, I mean. It's crazy. Kind of a fun walk through the tail fins of the Cadillacs. They got real big and then they got smaller and smaller until they were gone. Getting pretty small in 62 here. '65. Tail fins are barely alive. Hey, that rhymed. 63 over there. There's a row of Cadillacs here. Big old four-door, must have been a Cadillac limousine right there. That about sums it up for the caddies. Getting into some Oldsmobiles after the Cadillacs here. Oldsmobile puts so much chrome on some of their 50s models. So much chrome. I think this is a 58-ish. What's left of it. Look at the back of this 1960 here. Look at that. Yeah, these were cool cars. Oldsmobile 98. Well, good to know some of her parts are out there, sitting in some guy's garage with a restored vehicle, hopefully. Yeah, keep cruising. Hey, look at that. A lot of chrome and tail lights on this one left. 62. '63. See if we got any muscle here. 64. Well, 65, 64. Yeah, this is a Cutlass. There we go. How much left? Turn around. All right. Quite a few Cutlass parts here. $1970. This is a 71. 72 maybe. That pretty much did it for the Oldsmobile row. Let's cruise over here. Cruising up the Buicks here now, starting at 69. I swear this lot freaks me out sometimes. Always seems to be just windy enough for, you know, pieces like this inside the car for the wind to blow it, and then it appears out of the corner of my eye. I see the drivers in these vehicles sometimes, but it's always just, you know, at least that's what I'm going to tell myself. It's always the headliners falling down. Right? Right. Okay. Let's get back to the Buicks here. Buicks look pretty picked through here. Most of these cars I don't think are going to have an engine, but you never know. They get cars out here all the time. Let's place them out here. Look at all the fun stuff on the front of this 58 here. Look at that. '57, pink and black. '56 convertible 2-door. This was pretty cool at one point, I bet. Blue convertible, that would have been a cool car. Getting into some of the Oldsmobile. $1950-ish. Too many. Those are super nice when they're all done. Look at this one's looking pretty good still. Special Buick Special 8. Yeah, cars are so nice when they're all done. Loves me a good Buick, early 50s Buick. All kinds of parts out here. Yeah, well, I think we're getting to the end of the Buick row here. Really old stuff right here. Look at this. Little Nash Airflight. I don't see too many Nashes out and about. Got some Kaisers here. Oh, they moved the Kaisers. They had quite a few Kaisers at one point. They used to be way over on that hill over there. Now it looks like there's 3 of them here. At least with the windshield, the old Kaiser windshield. I don't know if any of you guys are interested in classic boats, but go back and watch my last classic boat episode, at least the beginning. I tell the story of a boat that's in that episode that was owned by Henry J. Kaiser, guy who started Kaiser Motor Company, and you know, these cars right here pretty much. And he used to be into racing boats back in the 30s, and he bought this boat and then he lost his race to Mercury, so he had Howard Hughes outfit the boat, take all the wood off the top of the boat and replace it with metal, aluminum I believe, and it's an incredible boat. That's the first boat you see on that episode, and then into the episode you see a little bit more of it. I tell a little bit of the story, but yeah, that boat was owned by Henry J. Kaiser, and Howard Hughes fixed it up for him. And after Howard Hughes fixed up that boat, it never lost another race, not one, its entire career of racing. These Kaisers are so cool. So yeah, if you haven't seen it's the Minnetonka. Well, it was the Real Runabout Rendezvous is the name of the show. But if you just go to my episode list, it'll be the one with the big shiny silver boat in the front of it. It's cool to see these old Kaisers though. There's a cool old Kaiser rat rod out there now. I've seen it in a couple shows. It's really fun. See that door back there? Right there, it's moving, the wind's moving it. Stuff like that. You see a door open out here when you're just kind of in daydream mode, and all of a sudden a door opens up. One of these vehicles, it kind of freaks you out a little bit. Fraser. Rest in peace to all these old girls out here. What are we cruising into now here? Some Ramblers. Maybe some American. It's a cross country custom. Rambler custom. These are kind of cool. Let me sneak back. Get some shots of the front ends of these Nashes. Rambler wagons. It's a Rebel right here. 67 Rambler Rebel. Look at that. You don't see those. There's a couple of them here. 67 and 68. Rebel. That's kind of cool. A couple of Rebels there. And look at this. You can see Javelin. A couple Javelins, 3 Javelins, 4 or 5, 6 Javelins maybe. 72 right here. Yeah, quite a few Javelins. 3 more right here. Heck, I don't think they had this many Javelins last time I was out here. Somebody's restoring a Javelin. I got the spot for you here, man. Look at that. Some more. Oh, looks like they got a Gremlin up here too. Look at that. The old Gremlin. These usually get picked through. Hardly ever see the old Gremlin emblem on one of these things in the yard. Flip the handles on these things. Look at that. Those are fun. Oh gosh. I need to pick this door up with 2 hands. Alright, she went back in. And straight 6 is still in her. Yeah, straight 6 in this one too. It's usually not the case. A lot of the engines are picked through in these. Oh, the old Spirit. Look at the wood. The wood luggage rack they put on there. 81 Spirit. Yeah, it's a pretty fun row. Seeing all those Javelins. Right, cruising in here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a few Packards right here, followed by some Studebakers. Like 3 Packards. Look at these old tail lights on the Packards. I love these. It's like an old cathedral. Only 3 Packards out here left. They used to have quite a few Packards. And they used to have a bunch of these 50, 51 bullet nose Studebakers out here. That was a long time ago though. No bullet nose on these. These are 48, 49, and 42 over there. Shoot, let's take a look at the front of this Packard here before we go. More Studebaker, Studebaker Lark over there, 59. No more bullet noses out here. Those got picked through pretty quick, I think. The old Lark. Oh, here's one. Yes, we got 1 bullet nose out here. Nice. 51. This is either a Studebaker Champion or a Studebaker Commander. Not sure. Take a look at maybe there's some badging left on it. Yeah, it's a Commander. 51 Studebaker Commander. You can see the badging right here. Commander. It's interesting, the badging they were using on the Studebakers after the war. You can be a commander and you can be a champion. You buy this Studebaker. They even made them look like airplanes. Post-war car, I love them. Pretty cool. All right, let's keep cruising. A couple of old Studebaker trucks there. Land Cruiser. There is some cool stuff in this lot. Getting to the end of this row here. Oh, here's another one. This is a 1950. This is the champion here. Cool. So they got a Commander and a champion out here. Look at that. At the end of the lot for Studebaker, they got an old 66 Ford Thunderbird. What you doing in the Studebaker lot? Maybe they have this one out here because it's more. Sometimes they pull some of the cars, put them out here on the end of the rows that people might be looking for more. An old Mustang here. Got a few parts in there though, being held up. All right, looks like we might have some Fords in this row here. See what we can dig up. Look at this, 78 Ford Ranchero 351. She beat up pretty good. Look at this whole Mustang 73. In case you didn't notice, there's a hole there. Some of these cars are got senses of humor on them. Oh, another old Ford. Look at the paint job they did in the hood. Yeah. Old Mustang Mach 1s. More Rancheros over there. Another Ranchero. A lot of Fords out here. You're a Ford or a row here. All right, getting into the late 50s here now. There's a 59 Ford Ranchero here. Look at this. That's cool. wagon right next to it too. A couple of Rancheros here. That's cool. These are so nice when they're done up. Old Rancheros. Country Squire. Clark, if you're going across the country, taking the family across country, this here is your vehicle. Even got the same coloring as the old family truckster. Different year, of course. There you go. See the inner workings of the straight six. Shoot a little WD-40 in there, should be alright. A lot left. More Mustangs back here. Yeah, quite a few Mustangs and Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds there. 59. Look at that. I think it's 59 right here. Old what's her name's car. Except hers was a convertible. What was that girl's name? I'll think of her name here in a minute. She had a 59 convertible, I think. That's a 60 right there. That's not a 59. What's her name drove? Still can't think of her name. Yeah, she wore the black dress. She was like a old horror movie show host. Sat on a velvet couch. My brain's not working. I can't think of her name. Anyway, she was in a movie and drove one of those, I think. Getting into some early 50s models here. I love this model, this year of Ford. Just love the look of them. Cool old wagon right there, panel, maybe a delivery. Check this out, 53 Ford delivery here maybe. Courier. Elvira. Elvira was her name. Well, I couldn't think of that. He's happy. He's happy. Now we're going to cruise down to the end of this. There's another whole row of Fords here, so we'll cruise up this second row of Fords here. And I did see some more Edsels back there. So there's more back there. It's kind of cool. Alright, let's get into the Chevy row here. Starting out with a few Corvettes here. Not much left of them. But a few. There's a few here. The 59 Bel Air. Did you hear this one shaking? I was just sitting here and this thing just starts going. Just like that. Pretty sure the wind blew it. Or the old driver was checking his trunk out, who knows. Quite a few 59 back ends here. See if it does it again. Yeah, the wind's blowing it. that, a 59 El Camino. That's cool. Some 57s. '57 Chevies. All kinds of colors on this one. A lot of 4-doors. A lot of 4-doors. The old Tri-Fives. Look at this 4-door wagon. 57 4-door wagon. It's pretty nice. Wagon. Into the 56 Tri-Fives here. Some more wagons. Back of this 57 wagon. Chrome left on some of these. '56. All 4-doors. '55. Dash is looking pretty good in there. I know a lot of people would enjoy that dash. What's going on with this? A few more Chevies here. That's the Tri-Fives. Back into the early 50s here now. There you go. All right, second row of Chevys here. Cute little Chevette here. What's up, little girl? El Camino. Yeah. Monte Carlo over there. Got some Chevy muscle parts out here, a little bit. Find some fun stuff. '66 Impalas there, some Bel Airs, Chevelle, some Malibus. What else we got out here? Some Impala. Getting back to the Impalas here. I think we've reached the '64 Impalas. All 4 doors. A lot of parts and chrome and stuff thrown in. A lot of these trim pieces. A lot of trim pieces. '63. Let's look at the back of the '64s here. There's an Impala right there, and probably a Biscayne or a Bel Air here. Yeah, I love coming out here, man. I know I keep saying it, but it's true. It's just something so peaceful about coming out here to either pick parts to these old cars, or for me, of course, it's coming out here to film them. It's just something about capturing them on camera that I just love. And I love hearing stories too. A lot of people watch these videos and they'll find a part for their car, or somebody's even seen an old car that used to belong to like their grandfather, and they came out here, they're like, no, and they came out here to check it out and look at the VIN and everything, and it was the exact car. Kind of crazy stories like that on some of these videos. Never know. '62 Bel Air here. They got this one dropped. Must be bagged. Okay. Cruising here almost to the end of the Chevys here. Corvair row. 1960, 61, 64, and the 62 Corvair. New Corvair clubs out there. Got a few of them for you guys to come look at. Getting towards the end here. All right, let's take a look at the second row of Fords they got here. Some older Fords now. Some Lincolns, some Mercurys over here too. Old Lincoln Premier, looky there. Fancy. Station wagon over there. Here's some old Mercurys. '62 Mercury. Old Mercurys here. Old Cougar, 72 Cougar there. Some Comets. '65 Comet here, this white one. Kind of cool. Mercury Comet station wagon there. Yeah, another old Ford wagon. It's a big old wagon. Look at this thing. My gosh. A few wagons here. 55 Mercury wagon right there. Big old wagon. Some Thunderbirds, mid-60s. And here you go, some more Edsels. Thunderbird there. So they've got a bunch more Edsels out here again. They had a bunch, they got picked through. People parted them out. And here's some more. It's a pretty nice one there. An old '58 Edsel Ranger. that Edsel's go? 59. Two more Edsels right here. So yeah, quite a few of these things out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and including the one we saw up front makes 10. I got 10 Edsels on this lot right now. If anybody's restoring an Edsel, probably find everything you need. This is kind of cool. I don't know that I've ever seen that little reflector piece on the Edsel before. This piece right here, I don't know that I've seen that on the Edsels. I've seen in shows and stuff. It's kind of a cool thing. I wonder what that's about. It's a 58. Got her on this side too. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, quite a few parts left. Engine is gone. See in there. Alright, that just about does it for the Ford row here. Few late, mid to late 40s here. Old Fords. The older they get, not as much stuff left on them. I wonder at what point do they just get scrapped. Alright, let's take a look at what they just plopped down here. Alright, 1960 here. Another 4-door. Got a lot of the back tail lights anyway. Just saw you get here, old girl. Welcome to the yard. Or maybe she's been here for a while. I think sometimes they might just pull them out to pull stuff from them and get the parts ready for people maybe. I'm not sure how that whole thing works. Here we go, came up on the hill here. Here's a good shot of all the lot. Look at all these cars. Those are all classics out there. Most of them. They do have newer vehicles too, and by newer I mean, you know, anything 80s, 90s or later as well. It's in a different side of the yard over there. Alright, in case you were wondering where all the Chrysler, Dodge, Plymouth, Mopar stuff was at. Majority of it's over here somewhere in this area here. It's an Imperial. We'll kind of zigzag our way in and out here. So a Dodge. Go Navy bumper sticker on there. Yeah, old 61 Chrysler. There's a 57. 59. All kinds of stuff. Here we go. Yeah, this is an old Barracuda. What is this, about a 68? There's usually not much left of the Mopars out here. Of the muscle car era Mopars anyway. It's starting to get a little rain here. Old Dodge here. Yeah, I think we might get some weather here. I might need to find one of these cars to duck into here. Look at this old two-door here. That's pretty cool. Love that. Old two-door coupe there. It's awesome. Two doors. I want to cruise over here by the trees over here. Old Desoto. Old Desoto lives here, quite a few of them. Quite a few Desotos. There's a whole line of Desotos there. All right, taking a little walk through some of the Chrysler, Dodge, Plymouth row here. Looks like we got some Plymouth here. lot of Plymouths in the Plymouth section. A lot of old Plymouths. Looks like we might have the old Plymouth Belvedere here. Look at that. Such a cool front end. 61. A little bit different from the one I saw at Street Machine Nationals this year. You know what I'm talking about, that green one. The twin turbos in the engine. Dodge here. Yeah, you don't, unfortunately you don't get too many Mopars like at the Challengers and the Barracudas and all those types of Mopars. No Road Runners or anything like that, or two-door, hardly any two-door Mopars out here in this lot, but has to be expected. Those will get picked over pretty fast if they do end up out here, I'm sure. One more quick pass down here. Excuse me. Christmas, what's going on in there? Fury, Plymouth Fury. Okay, well, that about wraps up, I think, the episode here. Been through just about everything back at that Barracuda there, I guess, huh? Got a few old classic trucks. More truck cabs here. Film these here before we go. And there's another 56 F500. It's a lot like the one we saw out front. And it's starting to rain pretty good, actually. I like to get out here in the fall before the snow hits, and it's really impossible to get out here and film once the snow hits, so that's awesome. Another nice 56. Beauty. It's got the straight six in this one. There she is. Some older Fords here. 49, 48. Starting to hear the rain dropping on the tin. Metal. Steel, I should say. I don't know if you guys can hear the rain hitting the steel, hitting the trucks. Kind of nice. Oh, I gotta get going though. I'm gonna get drenched here. It's starting to come down pretty good. All right, not sure what this old Chevy's doing over here. I think they just moved it over here so somebody could pull some parts easier on it. It's an old Ford here. 1960 four-door Bel Air. There you go. All right, guys. Well, I think that might just about wrap it up here. This episode. This was a great day out of the old junkyard, so yeah. Cool. Alrighty, gang. Well, starting to get a little bit rainy out here, and I think I've filmed just about as much as I can here today. So appreciate you guys watching this episode. If you did enjoy it, do give it that thumbs up for me. Appreciate you guys doing that. And I'm going to travel on down the road, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. So yeah, always a good time to get out here. Enjoy it. French Lake Autoparts, Annandale, Minnesota. You can find all their information online, find out about parts and all that kind of stuff online. So, alrighty, gang. Well, I'm gonna head down the road. See you in the next episode. Check you later. Okay, bye.